You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Not Z starting on time, kind of, sort of. What the hell? Z, you okay? What's going on, yo? What's going on? Yes, everyone, the LGBTQ folks are talking, right? The LGBTQ are talking, right? I'm going to put folks after that. I'm going to put the LGBTQ folks are talking. So I'm going to change that title after the stream, post-stream. Yep. Okay. So what inspires this? Shout out to the brother Gitmo, right? Shout out to some of y'all that have been sending me some of these videos. And yeah, look, dear women, and we'll just start our intro. We'll just get right to it. Before we even direct anything to the ladies, the question then becomes, have we really did or done a thorough investigation on what it means to be a woman? And what negative proclivities did we and do we allow for women to engage in that is antisocial, that is not conducive for a more equitable world, a equal world? What about gender performance have we allowed for women to still engage in that actually doesn't work in a society where we are demanding that the men give up certain gendered luxuries, but we allow for women to engage in those gendered luxuries? That is the question. That is the question for the technocrats. That is the question for the feminists. That is the question, right? For the activists, that's the question. For the female empowerment folks, men and women, white, black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise, white, black, Latina, Asian, or otherwise, do we expect for men to have given up certain gendered pleasures? Do we expect for men to relinquish certain notions and assumptions that they have about how women should perform to be considered women or ladies, right? Or deserving? Do we expect for men to give all of those things up, but for women to still be able to hold men to a certain, at this point, hypocritical standard? And if we are okay with that, then are we also okay with the fallout? Are we okay with the fallout and what it looks like when men increasingly say this is impossible? Dating, mating, maintaining a relationship, engaging in the man-woman dance is impossible because the women are impossible. Are we okay with what that society looks like? Huh? So today, we're going to have some LGBTQ folks, one LGBTQ man in specific, and certain LGBTQ women, black women, speak about engaging with women or critique heterosexual women and their ideas and notions and concepts about what a relationship should look like, or what men should be doing, or how to engage with men, right? Heterosexual men in this case. If we're saying to heterosexual folks, men, to queer their relationships, do we really mean that? Or are we just using that as a little throwaway line directed specifically towards heterosexual and straight men? What does queer your relationships look like concerning women and their expectations? Heterosexual and straight women in their expectations, and their hypocrisies, and their inconsistencies. What does that look like? What does it sound like? Do we really mean queer relationships? Or is that some little passive insult directed towards heterosexual men? So, real question, everyone. So, now that we got that little intro monologue out the way, fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. Continuing.
I'm gonna wake you up to something, okay? Relationships are a give and a take. And some of you claim to want a relationship, but you don't even want to do something as simple as signal to someone that it's safe or fine to come over to you. We live in this time where numerous women have gotten online and you've screamed, I don't want men to come up to me. I don't want this. I don't want that. To the point where in this last year, there's full-on videos of women getting online basically begging men to come up to them because men listened and they stopped approaching you. They stopped because you all made thousands and thousands of videos saying, when I'm out by myself, leave me alone, you're dangerous. When I'm out with my girls, leave us alone, we're having a girls' night. When I'm da-da-da-da-da. They listened. It's very interesting because women are powerful and people listen to women, and then when people listen, you get mad that they listen at what you, and it's like, choose what the fuck you want. Because the back and the forth, it's exhausting. It's exhausting, okay? What I mentioned you doing is one fucking thing that is as old as time, okay? Drop the handkerchief. It's a thing. Look it up. Give it a Google, okay? If you all don't even want to simply signal to a man that it's safe or fine for him to come over or whatever, honey, you're going to be fucked in a relationship because there's a lot of give and take. There are times in a relationship where you're not going to get what you want. And there are times where, frankly, more often than not, he's not going to get what he wants. Relationships are give and take. A lot of you just know how to take. You just want to take. You just want to take. And you want to yell about patriarchy and all these other things and da-da-da-da-da. Sweetie, a number of you, you're 21. You don't even know the depths or how bad any of that is. You are yelling like a traumatized 60-year-old woman and you're fucking 21. Get a grip! Get a grip.
Okay, I think I have pressed the wrong button for that, for it to play again, but okay, fine. Anyway, so that young man is named JLC, and JLC, LGBTQ young man, is letting you know that the ladies don't want to engage in the pause, give and take. Huh? You know, the question then becomes, in this environment that is increasingly less upwardly mobile, right? The upward mobility that we assume America has is becoming increasingly more difficult to engage in, right? Are women being encouraged to exploit men under the guise of being a woman, being feminine? Huh? You have to finance at the highest order her femininity, or you get nothing. You get her ass to kiss. Are women being encouraged, and are women encouraging each other to be mercenaries, specifically towards the more masculine? Y'all, let's see why Mr. Z say that in a minute. Huh? Is the feminine being encouraged, or the faux feminine being encouraged to be little mercenaries, to give nothing and take everything? And that's how you show that you're a woman, by not lifting a finger for the masculine, particularly for the men, obviously. Huh? And to be woman at this point in juncture is not only to be elite white woman concerning America and America's history, but to be one who either is a woman of leisure or can be a woman of leisure if they so choose. So we're talking about your high-powered women who also are married to a high-powered man, but if she wanted to, she could drop the job tomorrow and need for nothing and want for nothing. If what we're saying is that those are the only women that are, quote, women, then what do we expect the other women, white, black, Latina, Asian, otherwise, particularly of lower classes, working poor, working class, lower middle class, what do we expect them to do? Especially when so many of them worship at the altar of themselves, the century of self. They worship at the altar of the notion of freedom and their independence and their autonomy and their agency. Huh? Uh-oh. That's a real question. The young man is saying something. So we're going to play it again and move on. Continuing.
I'm gonna wake you up to something, okay? Relationships are a give and a take. And some of you claim to want a relationship, but you don't even want to do something as simple as signal to someone that it's safe or fine to come over to you. We live in this time where numerous women have gotten online and you've screamed, I don't want men to come up to me. I don't want this. I don't want that. To the point where in this last year, there's full-on videos of women getting online basically begging men to come up to them because men listened and they stopped approaching you. They stopped because you all made thousands and thousands of videos saying, when I'm out by myself, leave me alone, you're dangerous. When I'm out with my girls, leave us alone, we're having a girls' night. When I'm da-da-da-da-da. They listened. It's very interesting.
Let's pause right there because what's not being said, because it's assumed, is the women want the men that they don't find attractive not to approach. The ladies have painted themselves in a corner because they're not being 100% honest. The short skirt, the high heels, the cleavage, the makeup, that blast radius hits everyone. It hits all the men, but it's directed towards a specific type of man. It's directed towards a specific type of man. The form-fitting clothing is directed for whatever archetype of man she's into. But the blast radius hits all men. What the women aren't being honest about is, no, the type of man I'm not attracted to, I don't want him approaching. Here's the kicker. How are we supposed to know? How are any of the men supposed to know? So the men don't approach, except for the men who don't care about what you want. Ooh, goddamn. Who heard you and then acted like they didn't hear you. And some of those men will be the specimen, and some of those men will be the muscular, some of those men will be the tall, and some of those men won't be. There won't be any of it. When women say we don't want men approaching, they're saying they don't want the non-select man approaching. That is what they're saying. Whether she's saying it like that or not, that's what she's saying. Now, that at scale, well, you have the issue you have now. The women are reaping what they sow. They've been extremely loud on the internet and on social media for the past couple decades. For the past, give or take 20 years, the ladies have been insanely loud, aggressively loud, antagonistically loud. And the men heard them. And the men, especially the young men, are moving accordingly. Remember, everyone, we are in the post Me Too era. We are in the post street harassment era. That's it. That's the era we're in now. We're in the post Say Her Name era. Huh? The men, specifically the young men, are moving accordingly. Especially if this young man, has gotten signals throughout his life that he is not a select man. He's not pre-select. This is the average man that the average woman should be chasing after. Ooh, goddamn, Z, you're not supposed to say that out loud. He's not gonna approach. And at scale, you got a problem. It's not about the one individual man that doesn't approach. It's about that one individual man times thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, potentially millions. And it's about that one woman who thinks she's better than him times 10, 100, 1,000, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, potentially millions. And you end up here. You end up here. When the young men appreciate the environment and they move accordingly, well, your birth rate go to crap. Goddamn, Z, what you about to play, you already know.
This is why everyone is single and men stop trying. This is the mouse paradise, a scientific experiment from the 1960s. They made the perfect world for mice with unlimited food, safety, and no predators. In the beginning, they placed 4 females and 4 males and let them multiply. The population exploded, hundreds, then thousands. Then something strange happened. They stopped mating. And within 4 years, they were extinct. But why? According to scientists, the reason was social interaction overload, just like humans on social media today. They were in 24/7 interaction with thousands of others. Too much stimulation, too much competition for social status, and this led them to lose the ability to form bonds, to mate and raise their young. Many males became so-called the beautiful ones. They lost interest in females. They just groomed themselves all day and withdrew completely because they could not compete in this chaos anymore. And the females followed by losing interest in males. So no mating, and they all just died without having babies. Since 2010, smartphones.
Too much competition for social status. Too much competition for social status. If literal rodents, when given abundance and having an environment that's comfortable enough, submit themselves to this, what about these very complex social creatures called humans? And the even more complicated of them, while also being simple, the female of the two of the sexes, the X chromosome of the sexes. What happens when she continuously raises the hypergamy bar to impossible? Where she demands an equal playing field and then punishes the men for being equal, and then moves the hypergamy bar up even further. At scale, this is a problem. For the individual, maybe not so much. Continuing, play it again, Z.
I'm gonna wake you up to something, okay? Relationships are a give and a take. And some of you claim to want a relationship, but you don't even want to do something as simple as signal to someone that it's safe or fine to come over to you. We live in this time where numerous women have gotten online and you've screamed, I don't want men to come up to me. I don't want this. I don't want that. To the point where in this last year, there's full-on videos of women getting online, basically begging men to come up to them because men listened and they stopped approaching you. They stopped because you all made thousands and thousands of videos saying, when I'm out by myself, leave me alone, you're dangerous. When I'm out with my girls, leave us alone, we're having a girls' night. When I'm da-da-da-da-da. They listened. It's very interesting because women are powerful and people listen to women, and then when people listen, you get mad that they listen at what you, and it's like, Choose what the fuck you want. Because the back and the forth, it's exhausting. It's exhausting, okay? What I mentioned you doing is one fucking thing that is as old as time, okay? Drop the handkerchief. It's a thing. Look it up. Give it a Google, okay? If you all don't even want to simply signal to a man that it's safe or fine for him to come over or whatever, honey, you're gonna be fucked in a relationship because there's a lot of give and take. There are times in a relationship where you're not gonna get what you want. And there are times where, frankly, more often than not, he's not gonna get what he wants. Relationships are give and take. A lot of you just know how to take. You just want to take. You just want to take. And you want to yell about patriarchy and all these other things and da-da-da-da-da. Sweetie, a number of you, you're 21. You don't even know the depths or how bad any of that is. You are yelling like a traumatized 60-year-old woman and you're fucking 21. Get a grip!
I said it!
Get a grip.
Yep, it is worth a good, hearty laugh. Pause on the hearty. What the young man said is true. The women are hiding relationship woes, anxiety about their appearance, their social status, their economic placement behind feminist talk. They're hiding mountains of debt behind feminist talk. That's what the young ladies are engaging in. Your issue is that you were in the cool chick in high school. Your issue is that you didn't feel attractive when you hit puberty. Your issue is in your early 20s, you didn't date the way you thought or the type of men you thought you were deserving of. That's your actual issue. The type of men you find attractive, the type of lifestyle you would like to lead and live, you feel is not afforded to you by the type of man you wanted to be afforded or paid for by. That's your actual issue. But you hide that behind feminist talk. The LGBTQ are talking is the title of today's stream. Because even the LGBTQ men and women who other women date, the more masculine presenting, more often than not, who other women date, who feminine women, supposedly, date, the masculine women are telling you, yeah, this, it looks like you're trying to extort me. This looks like extortion. That's what it looks like. Exploitation. That's what it looks like. Oh, but the young man wasn't finished. Continuing.
Some of you don't understand the distinction between having an independent opinion that differs and then just being a rude fucking asshole to be a rude fucking asshole. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Ooh. Ooh, message. First of all, Mr. Z been calling them assholes. Mr. Z doesn't use the B word like that. I do, but I don't. No, they're assholes. And they get off on it. They diddle themselves to it. The idea of being antagonistic to your everyday man. And the Arena Revised, I didn't check my email to see if you sent me something, so I will be doing that. Give me a minute, right? The LGBTQ man is telling you, y'all are just assholes. Mean, snarky, rude, sassy, over the top assholes. And then you hide behind, oh, we need to take up space and be our authentic selves and be seen and heard. No, have you ever considered you're just an obnoxious, loud yitch? Have you ever considered you take up too much space, both figuratively and literally? Huh? It's this kind of weird, backwards, reverse psychology where I walk in the door being an obnoxious asshole, taking way too much space, once again, literally and figuratively. And then kind of reverse psychologying you into accepting that. Huh? The young man is correct. Is it that we have a problem with your opinion, which we might, or is it that you're just obnoxious? Is it that you're loud and wrong? Huh? Is it that you're just doing too much to be seen? And you frame it in some weird form of female empowerment, but it's not. Huh? How much of this talk of being seen and heard and taking up space and being your authentic self, and it's just you hiding a bunch of insecurities, ooh, about being invisible and not seen? Uh-oh. How many of you nerd women, ooh, Z, you about to ask the question, you're about to ask, talking about that, the question. How many of you nerd women who think you're smarter than everybody else? Your real issue is just that you ain't that chick. You hide behind feminism and female empowerment because you're not that woman. And you never been. Kim Foster, anyway, huh? Is the problem that you have a difference of opinion, or is the problem that you're an obnoxious asshole? Play it again, Z.
Some of you don't understand the distinction between having an independent opinion that differs and then just being a rude fucking asshole to be a rude fucking asshole. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Rude asshole. Message. Dear ladies, and yes, they get off on it because this is their form of empowerment, is to defecate on the men, be insulting, be little sassy, snarky assholes. Huh? Be little sassy, snarky assholes. Make jokes at the expense of your everyday man. Diddle themselves to it. Laugh obnoxiously. You ever see those people where the joke was okay? It wasn't corny. It was an okay joke, but they do way too much in form of laughter because they're not actually laughing at the joke. They're laughing at the person the joke was directed towards. The joke was a level 5 and funny. Out of 10, it was 5 or a 6. It was worth a few chuckles. It was definitely worth a few chuckles. It was funny, but it wasn't a 10 or a 9 funny. But that person, women, are laughing at a level 12. They done broke the Richter scale on this one. They done broke the scale because that is their way of empowerment. That is their way of feeling something, feeling like they got one over on men. Yes, it is the gender war. Everyone on the internet's favorite topic. Huh? Yes, the ladies are getting off on laughing at the expense of your everyday man because the elite men don't feel nothing y'all talking about. He could any, mini, mighty, mo, most of you, white, black, Latina, Asian women, you're not harming him. You're not harming a single non-hair on Jeff Bezos' head, on Elon Musk's head, huh? On even LGBTQ Peter Thiel's head. They don't feel any of your critiques or criticisms at all. Elon could call you up right now, even to you goddamn leftist women, and offer you 50 mil right now. You will be at his door before he hangs up. You're not harming them. They don't hear you. But your everyday man, on the other hand, you know, your actual socioeconomic partners, those are the ones you laugh at the expense of. Huh? And in this environment, you get what you get. Huh? And L's Active says they do that on Pop the Balloon. And I was looking, bro. I promise you, if anybody could find me the clip, because this would be a perfect time to play it actually. But I'll cover it another time because we covered this years ago. This had to be like maybe four years ago at this point. The brother, he was kind of soft spoken. I think he was somewhere in like he did something concerning art or something like that. And the young lady, I want to say she was in front of the line. She was the first person in the line. She was laughing way too hard. And she was like being obnoxious with it and like over the top with it. And you could tell that nothing happened for her to laugh that much, but she was laughing at him. If anybody remembered that clip, please send it to Z. Because we're saying something here. You know it's bad when the LGBTQ men and women are saying, okay, it's too much. It's too much. Continuing.
I'm going to let this video play in its entirety because it proves that straight women and femmes, we may be the problem.
So y'all just don't trick on studs? Like, we can't get no flowers, you can't pay for no haircut, you can't pay for a retwist. Damn, ain't no random acts of thought around this motherfucker. We just gotta provide. No.
Since these females be acting like we ain't shit, they don't need us, we don't bring no value to their life, man, fuck that. We going on strike with their ass. It's time to go on strike, man. It's time to stop putting up with this bullshit.
Good gay women don't mean that they're stupid opportunists. That don't mean we stupid. How you trying to take advantage of me and you got a man that don't even want to take care of their kids, but you trying to take advantage of me when I'm free help? You don't take advantage of something that wants to help, you fucking dummy.
Every time we go out, the expectation is that the stud pays. What?
So now I ask the question, if the men think we're the problem, and now the studs also think we're the problem, who y'all think the problem is? I'm curious.
I'm gonna read this one now because it's funny. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And I am Jermaine says, just remember, it's still my fault. Hysterical. Huh? And we appreciate what this is. We have removed far too many gendered pleasures from the men. We've challenged the men to reconsider what it means to be a man. We have said to the men, you don't get to do that anymore. You don't get to speak to women like that anymore. You don't get to assume you're going to be head of household. You don't get the last word automatically anymore. You don't get to raise your voice in that house anymore. God damn, Z, that? Huh? You don't get the promotion at the job automatically anymore. You don't get to speak in ways that are uncomfortable around the women anymore. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. But we've removed these things from men. Okay. Most of them, many would consider, not all, but many would consider antisocial. Okay, fine. But what have we removed from women? Uh-oh. Why does that matter? Why does Mr. Z keep on harping on that? Because you can't have one half of the sexes. You can't have half of you mean man, woman, female, male sex get to hopscotch between tradition and non-tradition, while the other one has to be forced into maneuvering in ways that are always beneficial to the other sex. You can't maintain that. you end up well here. Huh? And thank you, I am Jermaine. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? That's how we ended up here, everyone. And y'all give Z a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. My apologies, everyone. And Grab Second Gear says, I get what you're saying. Now the non-traditional relationships are complaining. Now, Lordy, right? So, yes, because we haven't challenged women. We haven't challenged what it means to be a woman. Women think we've challenged it, but we haven't. We haven't challenged, maybe I should rephrase that. We haven't challenged what it means to be a woman in relationship with men, and what hypocrisies, what wrong math, wrong equation, wrong formula are women engaging in concerning relationships that makes no sense, that won't work, that you can't scale. And so, yes, the more feminine the femmes, women are finding themselves annoying everyone, including the more masculine of women in LGBTQ relationships. Of course, they're complaining also. Of course, they are. Women haven't truly been challenged on how they can be exploitative, right? And how they engage in behavior that's antisocial, that's a detriment to the larger society, quite frankly, even themselves in the long run. Huh? How they might be a hyper consumerist captured group, like a captured audience. The ladies, that essentially what you are for the elite is a little button that they can keep on pressing and getting money out of. And whoever's attached to you, they get the money out of them also through you. At scale, this is a major problem. So yes, this is a major, major problem. Continuing.
I love when female incels try to tell me about real life shit. You stupid fucking idiot. The top 2% of men don't have to fucking approach a woman at all, because 90% of women want the top 2% of men. They can sit there and women will approach them in fucking lines. That's the truth. 90% of women want the top 10% of men. That's the fucking truth. And that's why the top 10% of men, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can have a wife and 10 girlfriends. They can do all the fucking things. That's why it's laughable when some of you are like, one of those top 10%ers is going to get me, and he's going to be all about me, and he's going to be this, and he's not going to give in to any of his urges, and he's not going to do whatever he wants, even though he's what? You're foolish. Talk to a wealthy wife. Talk to a few, okay? There are some who are in 30 plus year marriages, exclusive, all that. But there are others who, honey, there's an arrangement, an adult arrangement that she's very happy with. Because while other bitches are sitting around and selling themselves to pay for their fucking Miami and New York apartments and whatever else, I can't say the truth. I can't say the truth that half the girls with the Miami apartments are selling something to pay for it. Hello? Let's wake
Facts.
up. Okay? Like, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Here's the thing. Those men don't have to approach. They don't have to. The hot women throw themselves at them. Throw themselves at them. I literally saw this one story at like this yacht party thing or whatever years ago, and it was talking about like Miranda Kerr, who is now married to the Snapchat billionaire, but like throwing herself at some other billionaire who literally the person telling the story was like, the guy was ugly, but she was like throwing herself at him. It was laughable. And it's like, yeah, because when you're that wealthy and that powerful and like whatever else, like you don't have to do a fucking thing. But it's okay. You delusional little female incels, you don't fucking get it because you're writing this from your fucking mom's basement with your faceless, nameless, whatever the fuck. Okay? You're so annoying. Like, no one talks about, people always talk about like weird loser men. I'm sorry, weird loser women exist too, and we need to start acknowledging it. And actually, there's a lot of women that they'll be like, yeah, there's a lot of weird fucking women out there. And men have been deceived to think,
Message!
oh, women are these soft, gentle flowers who need rescued. And no, there are women who are like weird freaks. They're freaks, okay? They're like socially, they're weird. And it's like, let's talk about it, okay? Literally. Saying dumb shit.
Oh no! Not the LGBTQ man so frustrated he cursing up a storm. He tired of y'all ladies. Huh? See, the LGBTQ men, especially the femme ones, they know where the bodies are buried. They know where the bodies are buried, and they know how full of crap the women are. They know. They know how hypocritical the women are. They know. And they got invited into the sisterhood just enough to be appalled sometimes. Huh? They know. And he's saying it like, yo, like, ladies, you don't get to play moral high ground with the men. Because I know the truth. I know that the majority of you are chasing after the handful of dudes, and you're okay with being the side chick. Thinking and hoping and wishing and praying, hoping and wishing and praying that you get upgraded to the main girl. Not the LGBTQ dude telling y'all, actually, the way this hypergamy working, it's you ladies. Like, yeah, the men for looks, yeah, possibly, but they won't live and die by it. Huh? They won't starve saying it's either the woman with the fat ass like this, or the lips like this, and the skin color like that, and the hair like this, or nothing. The men are not doing that. The ladies, on the other hand, huh? You have the LGBTQ man calling y'all out. Well, damn. Yes, it's that bad, ladies. Even the LGBTQ are getting frustrated. Even they're calling y'all out. Yes, it is that bad. Shout out to the LGBTQ women. Continuing.
I dated women for 11 years, so when men talk about their expression towards women, I truly understand. And a lot of times I didn't want to talk about this because I didn't want women to call me a pick-me. But then I thought about the women I dated, and women, I wouldn't pick y'all anyway. When I was dating women, I was picking problems. I was picking chaos. Ooh, selfishness. I picked selfishness. It's funny because women really think that they don't have to contribute or bring nothing to the table. Who about to be protected and provided? And you're not doing nothing? So when men express themselves in regards to women, I truly understand. Don't nobody wants to be with a loser girl. Just because you pretty, that don't mean nothing. Your looks don't mean nothing. Unless you're contributing, helping me build, you don't mean nothing. So I understand where men be coming from. And women, I wouldn't pick y'all either.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
Huh? He is correct. True indeed. A win is a win. A win is a win. Huh? Ladies, yes. It's annoying. The hypocrisies, the inconsistencies. right? The double standards that aren't called out. Ladies, you don't get to critique the men and their behavior while hiding in a glass house. Everyone sees that the real issue is that you're throwing a temper tantrum, that you can't be with the elite man. Everyone sees it, ladies. The LGBTQ women that y'all date see it. The LGBTQ men that are your friends, your associates, your coworkers, they see it. And obviously the straight men see it. Huh? As JLC said, it's the ladies that are hell-bent on this type of hypergamy. For nothing, for their mere presence. For their presence. And Bruce on Wayne says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and the cash app. And Bruce on Wayne says, let them fight. Let them get it out. They system. Let them fight. Let them get it. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Actually, matter of fact, let's do this. And we're back, and we will be in transit, so we will be boarding here and there. Hopefully not everywhere, right? Hopefully not everywhere, right? Yeah, actually, right now we're not reckless, but yeah, there's life is lifing in the background, yo. Life is lifing in the background. That's all. That's all, right? But I want to emphasize what I was saying before, which is this is not sustainable. One of my favorite quotes on this channel. And it's not for nothing. I don't just throw that quote out there for no reason. We can't have a system that challenges the men to let go and quite frankly, to queer their concepts of what a woman is and what it means to be in a relationship and then say to the women, well, you get to hopscotch and pick whatever. That's not sustainable. You end up, well, like how we are now as a society. Huh? The ladies are talking. They're telling you something. But before we get to that, let's finish with this. Let's play it one more again.
I love when female incels try to tell me about real life shit. You stupid fucking idiot. The top 2% of men don't have to fucking approach a woman at all because 90% of women want the top 2% of men. They can sit there and women will approach them in fucking lines. That's the truth. 90% of women want the top 10% of men. That's the fucking truth. And that's why the top 10% of men, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can have a wife and 10 girlfriends. They can do all the fucking things. That's why it's laughable when some of you are like, one of those top 10%ers is going to get me, and he's going to be all about me, and he's going to be this, and he's not going to give in to any of his urges, and he's not going to do whatever he wants, even though he's what? You're foolish. Talk to a wealthy wife. Talk to a few, okay?
So it's clear here. I'm just going to say it just to say it, just so that we can have it on the record. It's super obvious that he is speaking to the women and their delusions, that they would have won in the game of hypergamy, and that man will be complacent with only her vagina for the rest of his life. The woman would have won. We're talking about the few women that actually get their delusions met. Except for one thing, the part about air quotes, him being faithful. What JLC is saying to the ladies, Mr. Z is just stating the obvious here, is number one, your delusion is not going to be met. You're not going to meet your hypergamous ideal. It's not going to happen. But number two, what JLC is saying, is if it does happen, if you're one of the one-off women where it actually happens for you, you could kiss that idea that he's only going to have eyes for you. You could kiss that goodbye. That is definitely not going to happen. You're definitely not going to get both of those, where you actually get the hypergamous ideal. And then the hypergamous ideal also only has eyes for you. It's not going to happen. Not both of those. So I know I'm stating the obvious in the Black manosphere. This is something we know as men, as black men who consume and listen to Black manosphere content. But I definitely have to say that part just for the record. This is insanely obvious to all men on planet Earth, including LGBTQ men. Huh? So let's be clear. And Brooklyn Finest says, Z, the LGBTQ dude is who they thought KS was. Yeah, who they thought Kevin Samuels was. He's giving them the hard truth. No pun. Huh? I'm not even going to read that out loud, Indigo. That's hysterical. Indigo Flow, that's hysterical. Oh, that's funny. Yep. Right? But what he's saying is just, it's so painfully obvious, but this is a difficult truth to accept, especially as more and more women consolidate around a handful of archetypes as an ideal of man. That does not mean she won't be having bedroom fun with whoever, the damn janitor, right? The pool boy, Mr. Charlie from down the street, your 21-year-old son. Ooh, huh? That does not mean that she won't be engaging in that. But the hypergamous ideal has become so insane, and how far the women are willing to go in rhetoric and in action to say, well, if I can't have this, y'all could kiss me having children goodbye. And it's not all women, it's not even most women, but it's enough. Y'all could kiss me getting married goodbye if I can't have this hypergamous ideal. And yes, it sounds absolutely insane. But something I wanted to show earlier. Bam. We have to appreciate it's not the men, it's the women. And even the divorce stats show that. Mr. Z is not advocating for LGBTQ relationships amongst men, amongst black men. But what we are saying, and what Mr. Z is saying, is the way we have socialized women and the fact that we have a society that has not checked women's behaviors and their concepts and their ideas about what the ideal man in the 21st century, what the ideal man looks like, sounds like, smells like, walk like, what the career is, what his idiosyncrasies are, what he believes, what he feels, what he thinks. Because we haven't challenged the masses of women, modern women, 21st century women, on their ideal archetype, what ends up happening is, well, this. And that's for marriage. That's not including relationships and who initiates the breakup of relationships before marriage, long-term relationships, and why. It's the age-old concept and question. Can women actually be satisfied? Is that possible? And if it's not possible, what have we done in this society to mitigate for a couple 100 million women in America, whether they're in relationship or not, whether they're heterosexual or not, and the fact that in partnership, in intimate relationship with men and with other women, they can't be satisfied. They're not satisfied with themselves. They're not satisfied with the other person. What in this society have we used to mitigate for that? The education system, entertainment, huh? The family structure, church, your religious institutions, huh? Your tastemakers. Who have we utilized? What have we done to mitigate for the fact that the women's insane hypergamy is not motivating men to keep up with women's hypergamy? It's actually discouraging men to engage altogether because it's impossible. Huh? And that's not including the new way of doing this where you have to be such a high level producer that the women are enjoying your access. You're not working for you and for her. You're working for you and she's enjoying your access. Well, how many men have access? Extra. She's eating from the fruit of your extra. You include that in women's insane notions of hypergamy. Well, you end up here. Let him finish, Z. Pause. Continuing.
I love when female incels try to tell me about real life shit. You stupid fucking idiot. The top 2% of men don't have to fucking approach a woman at all because 90% of women want the top 2% of men. They can sit there and women will approach them in fucking lines. That's the truth. 90% of women want the top 10% of men. That's the fucking truth. And that's why the top 10% of men, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can have a wife and 10 girlfriends. They can do all the fucking things. That's why it's laughable when some of you are like, one of those top 10%ers is going to get me, and he's going to be all about me, and he's going to be this, and he's not going to give in to any of his urges, and he's not going to do whatever he wants, even though he's what? You're foolish. Talk to a wealthy wife. Talk to a few, okay? There are some who are in 30 plus year marriages, exclusive, all that. But there are others who, honey, there's an arrangement, an adult arrangement that she's very happy with. Because while other bitches are sitting around and selling themselves to pay for their fucking Miami and New York apartments and whatever else, I can't say the truth. I can't say the truth that half the girls with the Miami apartments are selling something to pay for it. Hello? Let's wake it up. Okay? Like, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Here's the thing. Those men don't have to approach. They don't have to. The hot women throw themselves at them. Throw themselves at them. I literally saw this one story at like this yacht party thing or whatever years ago, and it was talking about like Miranda Kerr, who is now married to the Snapchat billionaire, but like throwing herself at some other billionaire who literally the person telling the story was like, the guy was ugly, but she was like throwing herself at him. It was laughable. And it's like, yeah, because when you're that wealthy and that powerful and like whatever else, like you don't have to do a fucking thing. But it's okay. You delusional little female incels, you don't fucking get it because you're writing this from your fucking mom's basement with your faceless, nameless, whatever the fuck. Okay? You're so annoying. Like, no one talks about, people always talk about like weird loser men. I'm sorry, weird loser women exist too, and we need to start acknowledging it. And actually, there's a lot of women that they'll be like, yeah, there's a lot of weird fucking women out there. And men have been deceived to think, all women are these soft, gentle flowers who need rescued, and no, there are women who are like weird freaks. They're freaks, okay? They're like socially, they're weird. And it's like, let's talk about it, okay? Literally. Saying dumb shit.
Yeah. So the fact that he called them female incels, femcells, as we call them here, and he called them freaks. And he said they're the ones in their mother's basement. We appreciate what's going on economically in this society. We appreciate that 60% of Americans can afford $1,000 emergency. Something like 40% of Americans can afford a $500 emergency. It's even more exacerbated, when we consider sex, right? Okay. What we have are women who are dealing with the fallout of neoliberalism and the waning power of the US dollar, and an environment that said to us for decades, okay, maybe you don't get the family. Maybe you don't get the important stuff. You don't get the steak and potatoes. But we'll make sure that the fast food is relatively cheap. Right? But what the women are finding out more and more in the 21st century is the fast food things in life are increasingly becoming expensive, and you still don't get the steak and potatoes. Now what? Huh? Now what? That's a real question. And let me read this from Line. I'm sorry about that, y'all. And Line says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Line says, hypergamous failures or side chick, all roads lead to the same destination. No, it really is that. Like, you know, we do the math here, and I'm heavy on the statistics and the numbers and the data and the data set and what the numbers say and what history tells us. And y'all, for the ladies, boring. They don't know and they don't care. Huh? They don't know. The ladies don't know and they don't care. So we find ourselves in this position. We at scale, now you have a declining birth rate, but not only is it decline, it would have been one thing if the young folks were still getting married, still having seriously long relationships, right? They just weren't having the children. That would really speak to, okay, you know what? We've priced having children in this society way too far. It's way too much. No, the young folks aren't even coupling. The young folks aren't even engaging in bedroom fun enough. And much of that, most of it, is because of the way the women see themselves, see their current position in this society, see their socioeconomic position once again, their ideas of hypergamy currently. And when you scale that past the individual, you end up here. As Lion said, all roads lead to the same destination, hypergamous failure. You can't even engage in non-traditional forms of coupling because the women, the femmes, impossible. And we're back, y'all. And we're back. I'm about to pull something. My apologies, everyone. Total gridlock, right? If y'all know Mr. Z is in transit right now. So that is why I'm sorry about that. Okay, yep, there we go. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Okay, you're not in there. All right. So I can chill out. Yep. Okay, I got a green light. All right, and we're back. Okay. Yeah, so why I found this interesting, and we got more clips to go through. Why I found this interesting is because this is what it is. Train tracks. Even the LGBTQ folks are talking. We're gonna play that young lady with the dreads again. Even the LGBTQ folks are talking. This is not sustainable. You can't scale this. You can't scale the women being like, well, I don't have no money, and what I thought I was gonna get with this bachelor's degree is not paying what I thought it was gonna pay. Increasingly, what I thought I was gonna get for this master's degree isn't paying what I thought it was gonna pay. And then the ladies looking at the men as paymaster, but paymaster that should not have any opinion that differs from hers. You can't scale that. That doesn't even work for the individual woman, let alone times a few million, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. It will lead to hypergamous failures, which is a funny one-liner until you deal with a society where the women are hypergamous failures because they're delusional. Huh? Continuing.
I dated women for 11 years, so when men talk about their expression towards women, I truly understand. And a lot of times I didn't want to talk about this because I didn't want women to call me a pick-me. But then I thought about the women I dated, and women, I wouldn't pick y'all anyway. When I was dating women, I was picking problems. I was picking chaos. Ooh, selfishness. I picked selfishness. It's funny because women really think that they don't have to contribute or bring nothing to the table. Who about to be protected and provided? And you're not doing nothing? So when men express themselves in regards to women, I truly understand. Don't nobody wants to be with a loser girl. Just because you pretty, that don't mean nothing. Your looks don't mean nothing. Unless you're contributing, helping me build, you don't mean nothing. So I understand where men be coming from. And women, I wouldn't pick y'all either.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win. Huh? And Line says, damn, Z, the internet will expose us all. This is what I'm saying. See, this is not just the internet social media conversation. This is not just beefing on the internet and gender warring. Not for Z. This is a real social issue with real life consequences. Especially for those of us youngest of Xers and millennials who gonna wipe your butt in the future. Huh? Who gonna be pushing you in that wheelchair in the future? Huh? That's a real question. If we gonna get morbid, if we gonna get grim, that's a real question. All the ladies think they're gonna be single cat lady. Are you sure? You make enough to be in your apartment by yourself? Ooh. You make enough to be in that home by yourself? Shout out to all the women who say they're gonna be rich auntie. Ma'am, do you even work a job with a pension? How much money do you have stored away in your 401k? How you gonna be rich auntie? How you gonna be rich auntie when you won't even be able to afford your life? And that's assuming that you retire. Let's keep it at the current full retirement age at 67. That's assuming you work until 67 and you retire at 67. And you don't either work until you die or you don't take early retirement and it's less money because you got burnt out. That's assuming everything goes well and you retire at 67. That's assuming you don't get disability. That's assuming. That's a whole lot of assumptions. That's a lot of assumptions, people. Huh? Yeah, what happened? Right, and Ricardo Brown says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Ricardo Brown says, remember, the data don't matter because she's not feeling the shoes, right? Do I still have that? Oh, no, I took it down. I don't have it right now. I took it down. Damn, that would have been a great time to play the clip, but yeah, I took it down. And thank you, Lion. And Lion says, rich auntie, you mean, I know what you're saying. You mean aspiring to be rich auntie. Put my fries in the bag, please. Lion said, put my fries in. Look, lady, put my fries in the bag. That sounds good. And you know what that reminds me of? The clip talking about Ricardo Brown. The clip that I played a few streams ago with a young lady pretending like she's imagining herself showing off and stunning on her ex-boyfriend or her whatever ex-man that she used to deal with, but really she's hallucinating and she's sitting on a bag in the wet, right? In a parking lot, hallucinating, looking like a crazy person. Huh? So when I just read Lion's comment, that's what I was thinking to myself. Look, Mr. Z doesn't begrudge the women aspiration. Mr. Z doesn't even begrudge the women their hypergamy. To be frank, I expect the women to be hypergamous. Y'all might have took it a little too far. You gone too far, Biggs. Y'all might have took it a little too far. Just a taste. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. A whole lot. Huh? Yeah, you can't sustain this. You damn right. So yeah, Ricardo, and when we say not feeling the shoes, in this case, it's whatever hypergamous delusions that aren't met And I do think what you're going to deal with now is a society where the women are doing the nihilistic thing, so everything go now. If I'm not going to get the lifestyle with the certain type of man and then everything go. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. F the rules. Huh? And I'm going to be covering, maybe later on today, I'm going to cover the clip from Crimson Cure. Shout out to Crimson Cure. When she's covering the lady, and I'll actually want to give a bit of commentary. I'm going to listen to the Raj Report stream from earlier. I'm going to try to listen to as much of it as I can, so I can give my own spin on that. Because what I heard from the young lady, what's her name again? The young lady off of TikTok, the one that Crimson Cure covered, that I forgot her name. But yeah, what I heard from her, and we're still on topic, is screw mitigating circumstances, or trying to mitigate risk, or screw best practices. If I can't have it perfectly what I'm talking about and what I want, then F it all to hell. I guess I'll give a bit of the commentary now. And shout out to the Raj Report. And once again, Ricardo Brown, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. What's that young lady's name? Man, I forgot her name. Anyway, something the Raj Report covered earlier today. Crimson Cure covered it. The young lady, we've covered her on this channel. A bunch of y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. I just can't remember what her Instagram handle is again. She was speaking about the fact that even when you're a good girl, that doesn't mean that you're not dating the same dudes that the 304s are dating. Like, not being a 304 does not mean that you end up with better men, or you have a better man selection to choose from. And that's not how it works. You're looking for guarantee. When you say that, that's guaranteed. What I'm saying is, the ladies are engaging in LGBTQ fun. The women are engaging in everything. They're doing a little bit of everything. Huh? The ladies are doing a little bit of everything. They're engaging in LGBTQ stuff. They're engaging in XXX fun, bedroom fun with their LGBTQ homeboys. They're dating and having XXX fun and bedroom fun with married men, with men in relationships. They're having LGBTQ fun and engaging in relationship with clearly their boyfriends. They're engaging in that with the homeboy from down the street. They're engaging in that with a coworker, with everyone, with the old guy, with the young guy that's younger than them. The young ladies and women in general are doing it all. They're doing them all. What's the point of engaging in best practices when I don't get a guaranteed positive outcome? Huh? That's what they on. If I'm not going to win the lottery, then what's the point of saving? Ooh. Huh? What's the point of having good money management skills if I'm not going to win the lottery? Huh? If I'm not going to have the money to buy the G-Wagon, then what's the point? I might as well spend money frivolously. I might as well not have any discipline in that. Ain't no point in trying to save about, huh? If I'm not going to be sitting on $25,000 in savings, what's the point in saving if I'm only going to be sitting on $1,500, $2,000, $2,500? What's the point? Y'all see how dumb that sounds? Exactly. Somewhere is KMS saying, say it, Z, say it. Huh? But for real, everyone, that is the calculus. Yes, it sounds insane, because it is. Because it is. Huh? We know it sounds insane because it is. Huh? And y'all give me a second, because we gotta make. Oh boy! All right, let's just stuck behind y'all. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Just move it, Moving along. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay. I see what I have to do. I see what I have to do because y'all playing. All right. All right. And we're back. Jesus Christ. Move the hell away, people. Anyway. Okay. And we're back. So why I like covering this today is you got the LGBTQ allies and you have the LGBTQ women who are dating the other women who got one foot in. I guess these are mainly bi women, but they're also straight up LGBTQ like lesbian women. And the more masculine presenting of the ladies are saying, look, this is impossible. Even for me. Well, damn. Yes, ladies. Yes. That it is that difficult interacting with y'all and y'all insanity, your hypocrisies, your inconsistencies. The fact that it doesn't make any sense. It don't make no damn sense. Sense? What's that, Z? I know. Huh? Let's see if Z can play this while we can. Continuing. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I got one more relationship left in me before I start doing what the Bible says. I'm really finna come husband and kids in a minute if the next with my time. Because, like, what the I ain't supposed to be together. Maybe that's why me and these asking, because we not even supposed to be together, man. I'm finna just do what where my Bible at?
I know I can't be the only one. I just feel like women might not be for
Oh my God, no way, yeah.
Let me just say that the dating of the lesbians, okay, is fucking trash, okay? It is absolutely fucking trash.
I can't be the only lesbian stud, whatever you want to call it, that is actually getting tired of dealing with women.
Dating studs is a scam. And this came out another single mother wrong. Single mothers date studs because they looking for stability and they know that us studs, we more stable, we got more shit going for us. Also stated that we go over and beyond. We do what the baby daddy never. Basically, we wanted to step up and be a fucking simp for another man's seat. Listen, we put our fucking lives on and we try to save the day. Spending our hard-earned money on another man's child. They do it because they know that studs is gonna simp and step up. And I'm making this video to say, any stud out there that's playing stepdad, stop it right now. So we're dating this girl, right? And we were together over, what, 5 years, you know what I'm saying? We had a baby together and stuff. She had a baby for me. Bruh. She had a baby for me. Huh? So now that we done broke up, and I signed the birth certificate, so now she done put me on child support, so where I have to pay $150 every 2 weeks. You know, they go off your income. So my thing is, I'm letting you still know, don't sign that mother certificate. That nigga baby. That ain't your mother baby. Don't you sign that mother certificate. So now I'm on child support the rest of my life.
Second, because of course that happened now. Y'all gives. Okay, we should be back, and we're back. Yeah. So why is this funny, Z? It's not really. I don't actually think it's that funny. It's not that funny to me. But it's interesting as hell hearing essentially what is the masculine and the LGBTQ relationships for women using red pill talking points. Right? It's fascinating listening to the masculine say, don't take on her and her children. She's using you as a financial come up. She's in dire straits. She knows you're stable. Right? When you get past the hood vernacular, what the young lady was saying is they're looking for stability. They done messed up their life. And they think what we are as masculine women, as same-sex loving masculine women, is their safety net. she's not even there for you, really. She's there because she got nowhere else to go. Yeah? Y'all gives you a second. It happened again. Jesus. And we're back, right? So this is what the ladies are on. And once again, the question I posed earlier. Have we created a mercenary class of people in women, in your modern 21st century woman? And it doesn't matter if she's college educated or not. Please cut the crap. No, Z, those are those struggling women. No, I'm saying all of them. Ooh, God damn, Z. Have we created a mercenary class of people in America, for all intents and purposes, that we call women? Huh? I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you what it looked like. And what it looked like is the women are exploiters, extortionists, and mercenaries, relationship mercenaries. So that they're engaging in non-traditional coupling, non-traditional, intimate, and romantic relationship, and even in those pairings, they're engaging in hypocritical, selfish acts and behavior. That is not because of men's misbehavior. That is not because the men are misbehaving. There's no men in the equation in those same-sex loving relationships. Huh? These young ladies don't know nothing about no damn Kevin Samuels or Andrew Tate or Myron from Fresh and Fit. They don't know those people. And yet they telling you, don't take her on with kids. They're looking at us as a safety net. Can you spend $1 on me? Can I get something in this relationship? The same complaints as the heterosexual men. After she done having her fun with, and she gonna come to you. That's a LGBTQ woman saying that. You're trying to tell me she's getting that from the straight men, or is she getting that from her experiences? Shout out to KMS. It's so much goddamn. Let's remix KMS's line. KMS line, for those of you that don't know, shout out to the brother KMS. Too much pain in the system. I would like to add on to that, add an addendum to that. There's so much goddamn pain in the system that the LGBTQ masculine presenting women are complaining about the women, the feminine women, the air quotes femmes behavior. You know it's bad when it's that. Huh? That's hysterical. And Compassion says studploitation. For real. Studploitation. Not exploitation, but studploitation. And we've covered this a couple years ago. I made mention of it. I think I did a stream on it, and a BGS did a stream on this maybe some 3 years ago, 2 and some odd years ago now. Right? It's a thing. The society, dear America, has not sat down and interrogated what are the women, the ladies, what their concepts of a successful, healthy relationship, what does it actually look like? And is that actually possible at scale? And if it's not, then are you prepared to continue to watch your population go to crap Not because there was some major natural disaster, not because there was some type of nuclear exchange amongst the nuclear powers in the world. No, 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 no. Simply because your reproducing age women decided to take a vagina in their womb off the market because they didn't feel that the men were hypergamous enough of a bar. They weren't high enough. The men weren't doing enough. The men didn't earn enough. The men weren't enough rich. And yes, that is a real thing. Mr. Z did not make that up. Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
Yep. Huh? Not sustainable. Not sustainable. If now we're saying assortative mating and culture fit, and the only folks that see assortative mating and culture fit enough in the man, we're saying the women are the women who are part of the bottom 80%, the bottom part of the K-shaped relationship, but they're able to snag them a man from the top part, the 20%, the top 20% part of the K-shaped relationship model, or the women who were born and raised with the men and their top 20% of the K-shaped relationship model. And what we're saying is that assortative mating look like ending up with the guy in that top 20% or nothing at all, then well, in the tens of millions, good luck on that. Good luck on that in the millions. Yeah. We know it's not just an American thing, but we're speaking about America specifically. We know. Huh? Yeah. Huh? And let me play this. Didn't we have another one? I thought we had another one. I think we do. Yeah, actually we do.
Why are studs now having to pay male prices? I just seen a flyer that said heels are free before 10. We done fell right through the cracks. They doing everything they can to treat us like a man. Y'all know damn well we not wearing no heels to the club. And it's crazy because I seen something else too. I used to pay $45 for a female haircut. Why did I just see masculine haircut $65? At this rate, I'm gonna go in with a dress and have my clothes in my bag. Do a little bend and snap at the door. I will fit in somebody's purse before I pay that. Lick a doorknob. Jump in a lake with crocodiles before I pay anybody's man price.
Ma'am, you even have the hair out and you were still doing the hair tucked behind the ear motion. Madam, you might as well just keep the dress on. One of these brothers will go. Mr. Z won't, but one of these brothers will go. You might as well just keep the dress on. Don't even switch it back into some more masculine gear. Huh? You're already doing the fake ass hair tucked behind the ear thing. You might as well just keep the whole femme thing going. Take the tattoos off. She started goddamn from neck to toe. Huh? See what I'm saying? The Starman says, pay how you weigh, bro. See, this is the thing, and what's so beautiful about this time that we're living in is everything is coming right back around. Y'all thought it was going to be all upside. I'm not just speaking about the women here. I'm speaking about the women. I'm speaking about the LGBTQ. They thought that they could keep all of the things that they enjoyed when they were, air quotes, disenfranchised, and then gain all of this new whatever with enfranchisement. And what they're finding is, oh, we're going to have to give up some of the pluses. Yeah. What you thought? Go ahead and pay for that $65 haircut. Go ahead and pay extra to walk in the club. Yeah, welcome to the world. What you thought? Huh? And to the ladies, yeah, the men aren't going to the club no more, and y'all are. Guess what? Men in free before 12. Ladies, have your $50 ready. Huh? What you thought? The ladies are single. They have no man. They have no prospects. They might be having a little a dude knock the cobwebs out once every week, once every other week, twice a month type thing. And that while they're not in intimate relationship with a man who is responsible for them, they're catching flat tires on the side of the road. They're struggling to put their TV up on their wall. They feel afraid at night walking through wherever. And so they want random men to assist them with things that your father, your brothers, your boyfriends, your fiancés, and your husbands should be doing. This is when the women, namely black women, start calling on community and good Samaritan of random men. Mr. Z is not about telling random men not to assist random women. I'm not about, and Mr. Z will be honest, I'll do it. Get up from my seat when I see a young lady walk in, or older woman walk in, or any woman in the train is packed or the bus is packed. But let's be very clear. That gesture and that courtesy coming from men is no longer warranted. Y'all got the equal y'all wanted. Huh? And yeah, it's ugly. And this is a good time to read this. And All Hell Balamuccio says, and thank you for the super chat, what kind of moral compass is that? It's not about morality. It's about enforcing one's will on the other. And what the ladies are attempting to do is force upon the non-select men a comportment and a behavior where you still feel obligated to her safety, her comfort, where you still feel obligated to the protection, safety, and comfort of random women. And as a black man, especially black women. Black women who have gone out of their way to give black men in specific the middle finger. To compare black men to random non-black men, white men, Latino men, Asian men, etc., and deem black men lacking. And the little weird psychological mind game that they're trying to run is say, if you're a real man and to be a good black man, you'll prove me wrong in my negative stereotypes, in my black misandry, by doing the opposite of what I say the masses of black men or all black men engage in. And what I appreciate about young black men, Gen Z, and young millennials is they're essentially telling these ladies, I don't care about your negative stereotype. Kick rocks. Go to the white man then. If he's so omnipotent and omniscient, Mr. Z couldn't get the words out, then go there and stay there. Huh? Your challenges of my masculinity, your questioning of my manhood, your insulting of my sexuality does not move me. I don't care. And what you have to appreciate about young men, young black men in specific, is unlike some of us older millennials, Xers, boomers, that questioning of their masculinity and their sexuality and their manhood for many young millennial and Gen Z black men, it doesn't move them and doesn't bother them. They expect it, actually. Huh? The LGBTQ are talking, everyone. And thank you for the super chat. All hail Balamucho. Thank you for the super chat. The LGBTQ are talking. And as Gitmo says, and thank you for the thank you for the super chat. Gitmo says, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Or when the rabbit has the gun, better yet. Right? And it's true. The LGBTQ are saying to the ladies, this is impossible. This is not sustainable. What are you doing? Continuing. We're going to play this again.
I'm going to wake you up to something, okay? Relationships are a give and a take. And some of you claim to want a relationship, but you don't even want to do something as simple as signal to someone that it's safe or fine to come over to you. We live in this time where numerous women have gotten online and you've screamed, I don't want men to come up to me. I don't want this. I don't want that. To the point where in this last year, there's full-on videos of women getting online basically begging men to come up to them because men listened and they stopped approaching you. They stopped because you all made thousands and thousands of videos saying, when I'm out by myself, leave me alone, you're dangerous. When I'm out with my girls, leave us alone, we're having a girls' night. When I'm da-da-da-da-da, they listened. It's very interesting because women are powerful and people listen to women, and then when people listen, you get mad that they listen at what you, and it's like, choose what the fuck you want. Because the back and the forth, it's exhausting. It's exhausting, okay? What I mentioned you doing is one fucking thing that is as old as time, okay? Drop the handkerchief. It's a thing. Look it up. Give it a Google, okay? If you all don't even want to simply signal to a man that it's safe or fine for him to come over or whatever, honey, you're going to be fucked in a relationship because there's a lot of give and take. There are times in a relationship where you're not going to get what you want. And there are times where, frankly, more often than not, he's not going to get what he wants. Relationships are give and take. A lot of you just know how to take. You just want to take. You just want to take. And you want to yell about patriarchy and all these other things and da-da-da-da-da. Sweetie, a number of you, you're 21. You don't even know the depths or how bad any of that is. You are yelling like a traumatized 60-year-old woman and you're fucking 21. Get a grip! Get a grip.
Not Starman saying Sigtow. Not Sigtow. Look, even the folks with alternative bedroom fun, triple X fun lifestyles are saying to you, what the ladies are engaging in is not sustainable. The women who are engaging with other women are saying this is not sustainable. The men who are supposed allies of women are saying this is not sustainable. Huh? And Els Active says, is this guy even LGBT? And I scrolled through his TikTok and yeah, it looks like it. It looked like he got a whole white boyfriend or whatever the hell, right? Can't tell you what it is. I can only tell you what it looked like, right? So to answer that question, and Saint Cyr says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Saint Cyr says, exactly the amount of decent, I won't say good men that just simply listen and respect what the women folk have been saying. Now we're part of the problem, question mark. Y'all have been saying this for the past 15 years to leave y'all alone. Saint Cyr, first, what the women are saying is non-select man. Who's the non-select man? We don't freaking know. We don't know. Who's the select man? We have a good idea, but still, we don't know. Okay, fine. The ladies said that, and that was their form of power antagonizing men, being mean-spirited to your everyday man, just being general, complete, and total assholes. They felt a sense of power through that, a sense of empowerment. And I'm glad you said 15 years. Now that we're about 10, 15 years-ish, you're correct, out of that. The ladies who were 20 in college saying this are now 35. Huh? The ones that were 25 are now 40. Right? And that's if we go with the 15 years. Okay, we'll go with 10 years. The women that were 23 and 22 are now 33 and 32. Huh? So when you were celebrating or saying, yeah, that's right, about the street harassment campaign and this young lady walking around with the camera and men are trying to catcall her and it's so uncomfortable and just let a lady live and let her live her life, and right? That sound good, right? But here we are. And y'all gives you a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. Y'all gives you a second. And we're gonna leave this up for Saints here. All right, y'all. Y'all give Z one more. Goddamn, Z, this is a gangster ass hold. I know. Yeah, y'all give Z a minute. And we're back. Damn, Z, that was the most gangster hole ever. My apologies, everyone. Lifing over here, lifing over here. Y'all didn't want to hear all that. No argument or anything like that. Just work and life and business stuff. Okay, let's read Lions. And I lost a lot of people. My apologies, everyone. I know that was a super gangster hold, but we weren't finished yet. And Lion says, G-men, LGBTQ men, being more honest with women than FD signifier. Yeah, no, I mean, look, FD is not necessarily speaking about male female coupling, black men, even excuse me, more specifically black male black women coupling, right? Appreciate that FD appreciates and knows the women's fantasies and their hypocrisies and their inconsistencies. This man is not dumb by a long shot, highly educated. He knows what it is. He knows how it's a problem. But FD doesn't think that it's his place to lecture the women. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. But no one thinks it's their place. Huh? Every once in a while, Juicy will say something. Every once in a while, even Kim Foster will make a blink and you'll miss it comment. But we have to be honest here. Many women, some LGBTQ, even some straight men, think that it is men's comeuppance, including black men's comeuppance, for women to essentially treat you like a walking wallet and overglorified guard dog. Huh? They think that is the world that men have constructed. This is how they think. It's not about elite men, elite rich white men. No. It's not about what elite rich white men have done on planet Earth over the past, give or take, half millennia. No. All men are complicit in patriarchy. And so however they get done by women is how they get done by women. It's okay if women lie on men. It's okay if women lie to men. It's okay if she uses you for a dinner date. It's okay if she just uses you for your body. It's okay if she just uses your presence to assuage her fears or her guilt or her insecurities. Huh? All of it is justifiable. All of it is okay. As a matter of fact, it's better than okay. That's the rightful order because you are a man. And because you are a man, you are complicit in every negative thing that elite rich white men have done on planet Earth over the half millennia, and every negative thing that men in general have done over the past, give or take, 10,000 years of human civilization. Huh? They think that it is their domain. I had this conversation with someone privately the other day. Women look at dating, mating, marriage as their domain to do with you as a man what they want, what they will. And so if using you in the friend zone and keeping you in the friend zone, knowing you want something more, and she gonna pretend and play coy like she don't get it, if using you as essentially a comforter, not Z going back to Shy, using you as a comforter, if she deems that's your position, then that's your position. If all you are is bedroom fun, that's your position. If all you are is supposed to be paymaster, then that's your position. They look at the entire realm of intimacy, intimate relationship, the interacting between men and women as their domain. And they do with you what they will. Huh? No, I mean, like, for real though, Trell. And Trell says all penis persons are culpable. All penis persons are culpable. Yes, absolutely. Especially when you're not one of these kind of bowing, scraping, apologizing men. You're not one of the men that wag your finger and insult other men and mock other men, and your default isn't insulting other men. If you're not one of those, they like to call that an ally. Oh yeah, you get what you get. Huh? You get what you get. And once again, Lion, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, that is where we are. So you're seeing LGBTQ men and women speak about how women are interacting with them either as allies or as lovers. That's because we haven't really challenged women in their behavior concerning men, in their behavior concerning even other women in intimate settings, in romantic setting, in the dance between two people that are romantically interested in each other. The question I posed earlier is, have we created mercenaries in the female sex? And what does that look like when women are being encouraged by other women and by the environment to use others, exploit others through intimate relationship with others? Huh? If the masculine presenting same-sex loving women are telling you, yo, y'all using us essentially as a safety net. If upright men, black men, are saying the same thing, and these two entities are not necessarily in conversation with each other, and yet they're saying the same thing, is there no validity to that? Huh? If the male Splackavelli, ooh, Z, what are you about to say? And the female Splackavelli, no, you didn't say that, are saying the same thing, and both of them are traumatized by how women are moving, namely black women in this case, where she got a situation, but she got a little side situation, where she's in a relationship, but she got a little side. If the women y'all are engaging with behind your man's back and the men y'all are engaging with behind your man's back are both traumatized by you and seeing how ruthless you are, is that not something to question? Huh? Once again, to the title, the LGBTQ, and I'm going to say folks, the LGBTQ folks are talking. Huh? And a few of them are just saying the quiet part out loud and just saying, y'all are assholes.
Some of you don't understand the distinction between having an independent opinion that differs and then just being a rude fucking asshole to be a rude fucking asshole. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Huh? It's not that we have a problem with your opinion, it's that you're a rude asshole. Mr. JLC, Mr. Z likes to call them rude, sassy, snarky, condescending, materialistic, consumerist assholes. They're little antagonistic trolls. And they get off on it. They jizz their panties. They diddle themselves. Huh? They wet themselves at the idea of being mean and condescending to men and mocking men. This is how their nihilism manifests. If I'm not going to have the family, if I'm not going to have the Superman that kisses my ass, then damn it all to hell and middle finger to all men, minus the specimen. If I'm not going to end up with the specimen that's also paymaster, then F it. Huh? So if we appreciate that this is not sustainable, at least in the Black manosphere, we appreciate that. The question to the folks that matter. So y'all just gonna let this ride out? Oh, that's hysterical, Troll. I ain't gonna read that out loud, but that's hysterical. You know? If this is not sustainable, we just gonna keep on asking the men to rise above, Professor Galloway. We're just gonna tell the men, y'all are falling behind. No, F women in their hypergamy. Let them starve, let them munch on each other, let them destroy each other. Huh? No more hypergamy. There's a handful of men that occupy that space, and if the ladies don't end up with 6'5" tall plus, or super muscular, or super well paid, then, and if they say if they can't end up with one of the three, or a person that has all three attributes, if the ladies are saying damn it all to hell, then damn it all to hell. No, for real. Then No Heroes says, let the Hunger Games begin. Let the Hunger Games begin. Shout out to Gitmo. He says the same thing. Right? And Lion says, you're going to pay what you owe, Santa. No, the ladies will. They will. You're going to pay what you owe. Huh? We are established a while ago this wasn't sustainable. But not even the LGBTQ men and women are tired of y'all crap. And they're tired of y'all using them and feeling like a utility in your life. Not useful in your life, but as a tool in every sense of the word. Not that you're utilizing them. No, that they're a utility, a tool to be discarded when done. Not to be valued. And that's both LGBTQ women, but also men. And they're saying it. Continuing.
I'm going to let this video play in its entirety because it proves that straight women and femmes, we may be the problem.
So y'all just don't trick on studs? Like, we can't get no flowers, you can't pay for no haircut, you can't pay for a retwist. Damn, ain't no random acts of thought around this motherfucker. We just gotta provide. No.
Since these females be acting like we ain't shit, they don't need us, we don't bring no value to their life, man, fuck that. We going on strike with their ass. It's time to go on strike, man. It's time to stop putting up with this bullshit.
Good gay women don't mean that they're stupid opportunists. That don't mean we stupid. How you trying to take advantage of me and you got a man that don't even want to take care of their kids, but you trying to take advantage of me when I'm free help? You don't take advantage of something that wants to help, you fucking dummy.
Every time we go out, the expectation is that the stud pays. What?
So now I ask the question, if the men think we're the problem, and now the studs also think we're the problem, who y'all think the problem is? I'm curious.
I dated women for 11 years, so when men talk about their expression towards women, I truly understand. And a lot of times I didn't want to talk about this because I didn't want women to call me a pick-me. But then I thought about the women I dated, and women, I wouldn't pick y'all anyway. When I was dating women, I was picking problems. I was picking chaos. Ooh, selfishness. I picked selfishness. It's funny because women really think that they don't have to contribute or bring nothing to the table. Who about to be protected and provided? And you're not doing nothing? So when men express themselves in regards to women, I truly understand. Don't nobody wants to be with a loser girl. Just because you're pretty, that don't mean nothing. Your looks don't mean nothing. Unless you're contributing, helping me build, you don't mean nothing. So I understand where men be coming from. And women, I wouldn't pick y'all either.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I got one more relationship left in me before I start doing what the Bible says. I'm really finna come husband and kids in a minute if the next for my time. Because, like, what the I ain't supposed to be together. Maybe that's why me and these bastard, because we not even supposed to be together, man. I'm finna just do what where my Bible at?
I know I can't be the only one. I just feel like women might not be for
Oh my God, no way, yeah.
Let me just say that the dating of lesbians, okay, is fucking trash, okay? It is absolutely fucking trash.
I can't be the only lesbian stud, whatever you want to call it, that is actually getting tired of dealing with women.
Dating studs is a scam. And this came out another single mother wrong. Single mothers date studs because they looking for stability and they know that us studs, we more stable, we got more shit going for us. Also stated that we go over and beyond. We do what the baby daddy never. Basically, we wanted to step up and be a fucking simp for another man's seat. Listen, we put our fucking lives on and we try to save the day. Spending our hard-earned money on another man's child. They do it because they know that studs is gonna simp and step up. And I'm making this video to say, any stud out there that's playing stepdad, stop it right now.
Started dating this girl, right? And we were together over, what, 5 years, you know what I'm saying? We had a baby together and stuff. She had a baby for me. Bruh. She had a baby for me.
Huh?
So now that we done broke up, and I signed the birth certificate, so now she done put me on child support to where I have to pay $150 every 2 weeks. You know, they go off your income. So my thing is, I'm letting you still know, don't sign that certificate. That nigga baby. That ain't your baby. Don't you sign that certificate. So now I'm on child support the rest of my life.
Yep. Yeah. And Revelot says studs are the biggest simps, though. Yeah, exactly. Lion says stud Armageddon. Studageddon. Look, coming to a close, the reason why I want to cover this is to make sure I pose that question that I did earlier in the stream. That's a real question. That's not a rhetorical question. That's an honest question. Are we saying that the only folks that really are a problem and the man, woman, female, male dance are the men? It's the way we socialize boys. It's the way we socialize men. It's these podcast dudes. It's these manosphere guys. It's these red pill guys, right? It's boys' fathers and their uncles and their other guy friends, right? That maintain the patriarchy. And there is no investment by women in maintaining certain parts of the patriarchy. There is no investment by women in a certain male performance for her as an individual that at scale is actually toxic for the collective, men and women. Huh? That is the question. And if we realize, or if we think, or if the answer to Mr. Z's question, Mr. Z's inquiry, is that yes, there are ways, there are things that women largely still believe in or they want to practice that is antisocial, especially with what we purport to believe in and female advancement, women advancement, then what does this society expect to do about that? Huh? Man. So on that note, everyone, right, we will pause right here. Wanted to come to y'all with this. I know it was a super gangster long wait. My apologies, everyone. But we'll pause right here. Love, piece of chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. Go touch some grass. Happy beginning of the week, right? And hopefully it's productive. And we will pause right here. All right. And y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Once again, y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God, please, so y'all don't sound like the male version of these weirdo women. And y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.